Hi everyone, it's your boy Ricky here with Bromero Cards, and today I am featuring some products from Catherine Pooler. It's some products from her latest release, and this is also a part of a video hop called Winter on Main Street. So I'm going to be showing some of the products from the latest release along with some new inks, and you could get a chance to win a $100 gift card to Catherine Pooler's website just by leaving a comment and following everyone else along the way for the video hop. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look down at the desk to see what we're going to be playing with today. Okay, so some of the products we're going to be using today are down here at the desk. I'm super excited to play around with some of these. We are going to be using the stamp set Warm and Bright. Features some of these different lanterns and lights along with some different pieces that can go inside of them if you'd like. Also, 2 sentiments that says with peace and love and wishing you a warm and bright winter season. And then there is also matching dies for that. We're also going to be playing around with this die set, and it is called, what is this called? Dots and Scallops dies. And the reason I like this is because it has a little itty bitty tiny dots on some of the frames, and I really like that. The other thing I like about this is this outer frame here is 5 1/4 by 4, which is smaller than a regular card. And I love that because sometimes these frames are like right at A2 size and I have to end up cutting them down because I kind of like a frame around my situation. We're also going to be using some navy cardstock here today. They also have a new sequin mix called, I'm going to say this is Charlevoix or Charlevoix. I'm not French, so I'm really not for sure which way to say that. I think it's Charlevoix though. Anyway, this is the sequin mix, and people from my latest couple videos asked that I take these out and put them in a tray so people can see them individually. So I have done that here so you guys can take a look. There's some reds, some like ruby looking colors, pinkish. There's some like grayish blues in there. It looks really nice. Also, some new inks. We have silver, gold, and champagne. Silver and gold, silver and gold. So we have these new inks, and we're going to try to incorporate these into the card somehow. Really not for sure how we're going to do it yet, but we have those. And they also were kind enough to send me over a couple other inks. They sent me On the Lake, Slate, Tranquil, Whipped Honey, Merlot, and Peppermint Scrub. So, and the reason they sent me these colors is because there is some matching papers here that feature these colors. So we'll just go through that real quick. I'm not for sure if I'll be using this paper today in this card. We're going to have to figure that situation out as we go along. So we'll just go over these real quick and take a look. There's 3 sheets of each, and they're single-sided, which we love a single side because that means we don't have to make choices. So we have some letters here. We have some wide stripes. We have some Christmas trees here along with some bushes. We have some like gray, maybe snowy situation here. Love this plaid, very winterish plaid. Very nice. We have a mailbox and some letters. Then we have some zigzags here. I'm not for sure what the technical name for this is, but I'm going to call it zigzags. And as you can see, they match perfectly with these 2 colors. So pretty much any of these colors are going to be attached to one of these papers somehow. So I'm not for sure if we'll be using those colors today in this card, but we are going to try to work this out. We are actually working on this card together, so I'm really not for sure how it's going to go. So stay tuned. Okay, so I think one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and stamp out this image in this gold ink by Catherine Pooler here. So I'm just going to pull this to the side and we're going to ink this up. It's probably going to take a few times because usually this pigment ink When it's like a metallic color, it usually takes a couple stampings to get a really good impression, especially on dark cardstock. So we're just going to see how this goes. It looks really pretty already on the paper though. So press that down and we'll see what this comes out like. Oh, actually, I'm thoroughly impressed. Honestly, I'm really surprised it came out this good the first time. I do want to go ahead and do it again though, because there is one area at the bottom that's a little shy of ink. So we'll just stamp this again. And I think this will do this. It looks, I'm actually pretty amazed. Let's see. That looks awesome, you guys. Take a look at that. Impressed. All right, so I think the next thing we're going to do is actually we're going to let this dry, and then we're going to surround this with a bunch of different types of little stamps that are that are in the set. Let me just show you. I have some of them pulled out already because I was looking at some ideas. So we have like all these hollies and pine cones and different kind of twigs and things, greenery. So I think what I'm going to do is stamp that all around here and do some gold heat embossing. So I'm going to let this dry and then we'll come back and start working on that. Okay, you guys, so I let this dry. I decided to move this over to my mini Misty because I wanted to do some things with the tiny stamps that are here. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of place them in different places on the card here. And just kind of like fill the space up with these. We got a bunch of different ones here. We have some candles or presents, I guess they could be as well. But we're just going to place those all along the card here. And then maybe do one here. Like I said, I'm not for sure how this is really going to work yet. And actually, it seems like my sticky mat is not being really sticky right now. So let's just, because I need to clean it, and I'm a horrible person when it comes to cleaning this thing. All right, so let's just kind of do that here, and then we're just going to use a magnet or two just to hold down this paper. And then let's go ahead and get all the stamps picked up. We will use the embossing tool here to get all the electricity off of the paper so that the embossing powder does not stick. And then we're going to use some embossing ink, and we're just going to get all these nice and inked up and stamp these onto the cardstock. We might have to do this 1 or 2 times just to make sure we get a good impression. Although that looks pretty good, we'll just do one more. We'll just do a light hand here. Oh no, you guys. This one came off. Where'd this one come from? Did I not have it on the... Oh, I had it upside down, you guys. All right, so let's... Oh, it's not sticking. Oh gosh. All right, you know what? We're gonna leave that one there. It's got some ink there. I don't want to mess this up. So we're just gonna stamp these down again. All right, take this off, take this off. Then we're gonna put our unofficial catcher here. of embossing powder, and then we are going to pour all this gold on here. Alrighty. This doesn't look like it's stamped too well, but that's okay. I don't know what we'll call it. We'll probably end up covering it up with a sentiment. But anyway, I'm going to heat emboss this off camera, and I'll be right back to show you what it looks like. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to cut this panel out with this die here, and I need to find my wire snips. Here we go. We're just going to use this outer die. And we're just going to die cut this out. I think this is going to make this look a little bit better. It'll look a little less open space because, you know, there will be some paper taken away. So it won't look as open. And with it cut a little bit shorter around the edges, it'll make it look like this is a lot fuller of items and not so sparse. So I'm going to run this through the die cutting machine, and I'll be right back. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to use the coordinating die, and we're going to cut this out. Alrighty, so I'm just going to take the mint tape from the frame here. Put that there. And put that here. And then I'm going to run this through the die cutting machine, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I ran this through the die cutting machine, and this is what we have. We have the lamp post here, and we have this cut out. Now my idea is to take a card base. We're going to put some foam tape on this, maybe. Or put some foam tape on this actually. Pop this up somehow, and then what I want to do is some ink blending here to make it look like there's a light coming out from this. So let me get the desk ready for that, and I'll be right back to show you how I'm going to do that. Okay, so what I've decided to do here is I'm going to use some whipped honey along with some sauna here. And I made this little piece of square. It doesn't have to be perfect because my idea is to make this into a light source, and then this is going to be on top, so we'll be able to see the light through that. And how I'm going to do it is, this is one thing I love about Catherine Pooler's inks, even though I don't have all of them. One of the great things that I always see people do is just take it to ink to paper, which is always scary to me, but we're doing it. So there we go. We just took whipped honey and we just placed that onto the cardstock. Now what I want to do is I kind of want to give this a little like glow, or an amber glow, I guess, or something like that. I'm just trying to go with the flow here and try to figure out what's going on. So I'm just going to take one of these little miniature blending brushes here that I have. And I think I'm just going to, let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to take that and then maybe kind of do it maybe along here, and just make it a little darker in the center here, so that when this is over it, it kind of looks like it's glowing from the top, kind of like a candle or something. So I'm just going to take a little bit more of this, lightly put it on here, and then kind of make it just go up a little bit like that. I think that might work. So it'll be like this, and then like this. I have to put it up a little more. Yeah, so I think that looks pretty cool. It looks like it's glowing from that. So I'm going to clean up the desk and we'll work on the next part. Okay, so what we're going to do now is the sentiment. I decided to do this on black cardstock, and we're going to be using the gold ink as well on this. And the reason I'm using this black is because I'm going to be actually placing this onto the black as a frame. And to keep from wasting paper, I'm going to be die cutting this out of this black paper because you're not going to be able to see that there's a hole in the back of it. So we're going to do that now. Let me go ahead and get the stamp set there, and we're just going to prime it a little bit, rub our hand on it because it is a brand new stamp and hasn't been used. And then let's go ahead and get this inked up. All right, let's check it out. Looks great, you guys. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this dry a little bit, and then I will die cut this off camera, and then I'll be back with all the items to put the card together. Okay, you guys, we are in the home stretch now. We have all the pieces of our card. We are going to start putting this together. So the first thing I'm going to do is we are going to place the candle on the back of this, and what I want to do is just place this here because I want to make sure that where it's burning kind of is in the middle. So like right there is good. All I'm going to do is take my glue here, and I'm just going to glue this down to the back of this cardstock. There we go. And I know it doesn't look pretty right now, but that's okay. It doesn't have to look pretty at the moment. All right, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe this black cardstock off with my hands because there's stuff on it. Then I'm going to glue this down to the black card base. Don't think I put enough glue on that, so let's just add a little bit more there. And then let's go ahead and place this down onto the card base, or the panel. Okay, I think we're good. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to place this here. I've already placed foam tape on the back of this, so we're just going to remove the backings from the foam tape. One more piece here. All righty. So then my head might get in the way here, so I just want to put this down. Make sure it's pretty even. There we go. That's looking good. And then I'm going to take foam tape and put it on the back of this as well. Let's see exactly where this needs to be. So we just kind of need it on the bright. Let's see here. So maybe there. Here. I think I like that right there. I think we're good. So we'll just take off the backing. We'll put some glue here. We should actually put a piece of foam tape here too. Make sure that this is even. That looks good. And then we will glue this onto the card base. And you guys, this card will be done. I should actually use a glue that has a little bit more of a bigger hole in the bottle than this. But, oh well. Too late for that now. All right, so it looks like I need to do a little cutting on the edge here, and I'll do that after the video's over. But there we go. There's the card, you guys. It's pretty simple. It's nothing crazy. I do love that this looks like it's actually glowing. I have given it some dimension by popping it up on some foam tape. So I really like that. And then what I'll do is I like to show this in the going this way too, just so that you can see it kind of like in normal light. You can see more that this is a navy blue this way. So really enjoy that card. I really enjoyed making this. I want to thank Catherine Pooler and her company for sending these products over to me and allowing me to play along on this video hop. Make sure that you guys leave some comments down below because you can win a $100 gift card to Catherine Pooler. And make sure that you head over to their website and check out all the products that I used today, along with all the other products from their latest release. And I hope that you guys have a great day. So until next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye.